Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Do you want to play some video games, like all the video games? Welcome to March. Or no, we're done with March. Welcome to April of 1982. We last played Arcadians on the BBC Micro. Let's see what else April has for us as we continue every single game. The next one we're going to is on the Atari home computer. This is Astron 4. Let's take a look at Astron 4, starting with the box. We have two different, oh, there you go, the reconstructed box. See? Dirty and crusty, and, oh, brand new. Dirty, crusty, oh, brand new. By Synchro Incorporated. And all we have is screenshots after that. It's time to pop in and play some Astron 4. At the beginning of April 1982 by Synchro. This is by L. Clogs and Ted Clogs, or the Clogs brothers. This one's going to load through cassette. We are going way faster than usual. Yes, there we go. Synchro presents Astron 4. And we're loading again. But don't worry, we are fast-forwarding through this part as well. Yes, there we go. We're going to play a one-player game. The two-player option is alternating play. So if we do an option, we'll say no and initializing. So this one is the part that you might want to go get a drink and probably get a sandwich made. They even added in initializing. Don't go away. We're going to see a lot more of those clever loading screens. So here we go. This is Astron 4. Now, this game is meant to be at the bottom of the screen. I can control 3 different vessels. These are my lives. And the first life, I'm moving around inside of a spaceship, and I have a certain amount of power left. If you look down the bottom right corner, power is displayed there. And how many points is how many bases I have, or power centers I've used, because I'm trying to make sure I destroy all the enemies in this place before I leave. And as you move around, you see I have how many moves left. I got 4 moves left. After I finish my moves, then the enemies can make their moves. And so it's a turn-based game, but it gives you a little bit of freedom. It's not just one move and then the next enemy makes their move. I'm going to do my 8 moves now, go to the top. And then now you can see I have an enemy there. So during my move, I'm going to choose to attack. Knocked him out. Done. Okay, powered up 1. And let's see what this one is. I picked up something, but oh, it added more power, I think. Yeah, so power is what you need to stay alive. If you lose power, then your module dies, and you have to use one of the other 2 that's in reserves. So let's move to the top of the screen. It is another fixed screen. We move from room to room, and you can see now we see the turn base going. I have 8 moves left. After these 8 moves, then that robot is going to attack me. So I'm going to actually see if I can get him to manipulate to this side. Oh, he's badgering me. Okay, let's see if we can go up here. 3, 2, 1, and then go for the attack. Oh! Okay, he hit us, but we didn't die. See, that's how the turn-based battles work. It is not real-time, but it does give you a little bit more freedom than just one at a time. And the idea is we're going to go power up all the modules. After we power everything up, then we move on to the next level. Let's see, can we do multiple shots? Yes, because you have so many moves that you can do. Okay, so we're going to go over here. Grab some more. I think that gave me some more power. And we'll go to the far right side. Oh, it looks like he grabbed it. Oh, I didn't know the robots were going to take it from us, but we are stuck, right? Yeah, can't go anything on this side. We'll make our way back to the right. And going up to the top. There, knocked him out. Nice. So if you are pretty clever, if you notice that the game is going to be randomly making everything, where all the objects are. So when in my practice playthroughs, objects were in different areas and you can find them in other places. So it's a whole different experience every single time. Here's another one. Got him. Oh, my shot didn't go as far. Oh, great. So let's get a little closer. Try it again. Okay, we wiped him out. Nice. All right, so let's go to the top now. We don't have a lot of power left. There's one of the other ones we need to turn on. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Got it. Okay, so it gave us a little bit of power. That's 2. I believe there's 4 in the first level to get us to the next place. So let's move to this side. 2 hits, knocked him out. Nice. Grab another chip. Okay, so it only gave us points. No power for that one. All right, let's go down on this side, see what's next. Another robot. I didn't see anything in that room, so let's move over to the right now. And every turn, you can see the power consumption goes down, so you have to be smart about it. It's a mixture of a few things. It's slightly like a strategic game, but I'm thinking more like the Crush, Crumble, and Chomp strategic game. But you don't have to put commands in. All this is being programmed using the Atari VCS joystick. I get to move around using the Atari joystick. Feels so good. Okay, so... Oh, I missed my turn. No, he got the first attack on me. Got him. Okay, let's go over here and get the power chips before we run out. Got a little bit there. And moving down south again. Another one. 4 moves left. Let's knock him out. Oh, a little short. Got him. Okay. So I would say this game is a great blend of managing where you want to move and then attacking with your units. It's not, it's giving you a little bit more freedom. And so whenever you enter a new room, you can decide how much more steps you want to take and where you want to decide to place your unit. I forget the name of it. We didn't have a manual for this one, so all the instructions weren't there. I was taking what I learned online and kind of winging it. We do that a lot here on Chronologically Gaming. Let's just wing it and figure out the game. A little hard to do in 1982, but it's working for the most part. Got some more power. Oh, but we're barely running out now, so we really need to find that last one. Let's see. It's not in here. Actually, it looks like it looped. Uh-oh. Can we make it to the end? Okay, we got a little bit. Let's see. 5 power left. Anything? No. Oh, this isn't good. Now you can see I used my last bit of power for that shot, and that's it. So now you move back to the very beginning of the game, and you take over another module, and then that one now goes through the space station. This time, let's go to the right and see if we find the other one. There we go. Pick up the chip there, and let's go to the right. It might be the same one we took. Yeah, so now we can do our second shot and knock him out. Nice. So now that we know we have a lot of power, let's go up here, grab this one. Oh, I forgot about my turn. See, if you watch your moves, if you run out before you move into the room, then he'll get the first attack. So this game plays great for a turn-based strategy game. Slightly stealth-based, too. Moving around. The enemies, you have to go a little bit more careful of how it works. Oh, he grabbed it. Darn. So you took that one from us. And the idea is you have a mission to power on all the modules in this space station. Every time you play the different maps, the maps change up and the enemies and locations of everything changes up. So Astron 4 is great. A lot of fun for 1982. I'm going to say of all the games we've seen on the home computer, this is above average. 3.5 stars. A really fun time. And the 2-player mode would have been amazing if we could play simultaneously. So, but it is pretty cool seeing the robots because they're smart enough to know your location and move in on it. All right, so after Astron 4, let's see where we're going now. We're on the TRS-80. This is Barricade. Barricade is a game that is based on the arcade Barricade. It's kind of like a light cycle game. You move yourself around on the screen, creating barriers until you can't go any further than that. This one is another one by Yves Lempereur. Apologies if I didn't pronounce it correctly. But in 1982, this was by RAM Magazine. Now, there's 2 games on the TRS-80 called Barricade. This particular one, I could not find. This Barricade, I don't know where this one is. So this one we're going to have to give a 1 star for now. If anyone knows where we can find this one, we'll come back and play it again. But for now, Barricade is, or this version of Barricade, don't know where to find it. And with that, let's see what our next game is. From one to the other, we're now on the Apple II, and this is Battleship. Battleship, like the board game Battleship. You can see from the screenshots, you're going to be, I guess, having to use the honor system with your buddy, place your ships on the top of the screen, and then make guesses on the coordinates, and you're going to be typing it all in. It's not using a cursor, joystick controller, any of that. You just say, I want to hit 6-4 and see if it hits the battleship or not. Yeah, there you go. So just an example of the screenshots. And the reason I showed the screenshots is this is another one could not find on the Apple II. So another one we're going to have to say 1 star. If you want to play a Battleship game, one of the first Battleship games at least, but something that we'd love to play again if we could find it. Don't know where this one is. Not sure if it's lost either. Now that I've been really diving in a little deeper, especially for 1982, on trying to get and find more games. In the past, if I didn't have them, I didn't even show them on the channel. I didn't showcase them. Even if I found artwork for them, if I knew I couldn't play it, I wasn't even going to do it. But in 1982, I made some changes. I just said, well, let's show them all. And if they don't work or we can't get them to boot up, I'm just going to still have them here to present. And as I go through looking for things to show on the channel or hear about a game, I'll find them usually in compilations or hacks and cracks. And you can get groups of games together that people have put on their disc and then just dump them online. But some of these, I know that they exist, but just don't know where they are. And this is another example. Plus, a generic name like Battleship's kind of hard to find. All right, so now let's see where we're going and which game we're playing now. We're back on the TRS-80. This is Bedlam. Been looking forward to this one. Bedlam is another interactive fiction game, supposed to be pretty good, by Jim Pearson. Yeah, you can send it to me if we can get them to run. But anytime I can get, if I can't find the games, I want to be able to play them. So yeah, bring them. Send them all. Thank you so much. All right, so let's take a look at the box for Bedlam. This is for the first release. This is going to be on a lot of different microcomputers at the time. You can see this is for the Model 1 or Model 3. The adventure game, and man, the box is awesome. Looks like we're doing another game similar to the Institute, a mental asylum. We got a creepy looking doctor with a syringe, a crazy lady, looks like Nurse Ratched that's electrocuting somebody. Yes, this game is random. Every time you play it, it's going to be a different ending, and you don't know which one until you actually check it out. Yes, this is what's going to happen to Chronologically Gaming when I play enough video games at the end. And then we flip it over on the back of the box. We have, again, great artwork. Very well done. Here's the advertisement for Bedlam. You're in and you want to get out, but the whole place is crazy. Can you trust Napoleon or the guy who calls himself X-Ray? What about the one who looks like a doctor, but is restrained like a patient? And it keeps on being crazy because the way out changes every time through. It's Bedlam. Only 15 bucks on this advertisement flyer. And there's the cassette we'll be popping in. On our TRS-80, we have the manual. Love when we can find the manual for these. Here you go, for Bedlam. Let's see what this one's all about. Interactive fiction games are getting better and better. Infocom was a really good slap in the face of how the qualities went up. Oh, it is the front. Let's see. Yeah, this one just says microcomputer system. Maybe it was used for both. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Tandy Corporation. Yeah. Bedlam's another new adventure from Radio Shack. There's no hidden treasures to find, no wealth to amass, and no score to beat. There's only one goal. Get out if you can. Your success depends totally on your resourcefulness and your ability to think clearly. There's only one way out, but be warned, the exit changes each time you load the game. The very first adventure games were kind of based on Colossal Cave Adventure. Let's go get the treasure, then come back to a spot, and then you get points or a score. And we've already seen that. We're going to keep seeing that kind of trope for interactive fiction. But I love how we're getting real stories. Real, like, let's have a goal of the game. Can you get to the end with it? Now, at this point, we're seeing lots of adventure games that go really hard on the difficulty. They make it extremely difficult. Can you get to the end? And they even challenge you. You're never going to get to the end. It's too hard. So the computer recognizes instructions given to the keys for your escape. Bedlam recognizes go west, get the key. So this is more than the two-word text parser. You can hit the dumb door with the stupid key or examine the green door. So this has more than the two-word text parser. This is better than your average interactive fiction. And you can end the game by holding the break key while pressing the reset button if we wanted to. I guess most people did. To help you escape, you can try enlisting the aid of some people you met. Just remember where you are. Can a man running around painted doors on walls and claiming to be Picasso really help? Can a man who says he's Houdini get you out? What about using the X-ray Johnson to burn a hole in the wall to gain freedom? So the whole idea is just get out of the insane asylum. Almost like a quote-unquote sequel to the Institute. Some routes are not as obvious as others. If you get lost during the game, you can type look. And it shows you all that. Oh, nice how they changed the text for what you'll actually type in, like invent for inventory, and then PLUGH can cure. Good luck. Hopefully you make it. Who knows? You may be lucky a couple of times and get out easily. You may not be quite so lucky the next time you try to escape, because every time you play, it's different. And I believe there's 3 different possible endings to getting out of the cell. And here's our requirements. Only need 16K. on the TRS-80. Now, they say a level 2, though. Oh, no, I see model. The Model 1 and Model 3. And then we don't need the loading instructions. Got it. Anything else about the game itself? Yeah, this is a great manual. Giving you a lot of info on how to load, modify. Yeah, there we go. And okay, nothing at the end, just the usual, it looks like a contract by Tandy Corporation. Yes, POUGH. I think we saw that one in one of the other Colossal Cave games. Yeah, transferring it or moving it around. We won't be doing any of that. We just want to play it. So here we go. It's the beginning of April 1982, and this is Bedlam for your TRS-80. Yes. We're ready to get some interactive fiction on. Now, this one, the walkthroughs I have for this are tricky because it's different every single time. So we're just going to kind of go through one and see what happens and see if we can finish, or not finish, but play a little bit of it. So you feel as though you've awakened from a very long bad dream about doctors and padded rooms. Your thoughts are, where am I? There's a small square room. All four walls are covered with a thick padding. On the south wall, there is a green door, which is closed. Yeah, getting lots of vibes of the Institute. Oh, so if we go south, on the south wall, oh, the green door's closed, open door. Green door's now open, so we go through that door south. This is the east-west hallway. On the north wall, there's a green door. On the south, there's a red door, which is closed. Okay, try to go south again. No, red door's closed. Open red door. The red door is locked. So the first time that we played a game that doesn't have, or allows you to do adjectives, open the red door, and now, of course, the door's locked, so we can't go that way. So let's go east, down the hallway. You're in the east-west hallway. West is a door which is closed. South, there is a red door which is closed. Keep going east. Yes. So on the color, or the Coco, it's probably just the exact same game, just green, right in the background. We're now the east end hallway. There is an opening to the east north wall. There is a green door which is closed. Open green door. Green door is now open. Okay, let's go in the first door. You're in another room that's small and padded. On the south wall, there's a green door. A man in a white frock, a beret, and holding a palette and brush seems to be painting what looks like a door on one of the walls. He looks up. I am a great artiste. My name is Picasso. So again, we're in an insane asylum. At least it makes us feel that way. So these really aren't the people you think they are. People that think they're Picasso. Yes, yes. Yeah, another really cool interactive fiction games. All right, so let's just go back south. Go back in the hallway. Let's go east some more to the next room. There's a large electroshock therapy room. There's a single exit west and a green key here. There's a very large woman dressed in a uniform here. She looks like the roller derby queen. She has a jagged scar just below her hairline. Picasso enters the room. She turns toward you and says, "Oh, you must be here for treatment. Just come right over here." She gestures towards something which looks like an electric couch. Oh, great. Okay, let's get that key. Green key taken. If you're not cooperating, says the nurse as she lunges across the room and tackles you. She drags you into the couch and straps you in, then pulls an ominous lever and experience the ultimate agony. Mercifully, you pass out. You awaken in your cell. Oh, okay, so this is one of the antagonists of the game. They're going to be trying to find us, electrocute us, and then we return back to the cell we were in. Okay, so can we go south? Okay, you got to open the green door again. So we're in the same room. We're now going south. Hopefully we won't run into her. Let's try going, instead of east, let's go west this time. So the west, the very long east hallway opening to the west. North wall, there's a green door which is closed. South wall is a red door which is closed. So open green door. Green door is now open. We'll go up north. South wall. Okay, so we're in another padded room. That should be the same one. We moved west, so I thought we'd move into another one. Okay, let's go back down south. Go back down west again. We're now in the dispensary, a small square room with exits to the east, west, and south. There's a blue pill here. On one wall is a cabinet. The cabinet has a tiny hole in it. Do you take the blue pill or do you take the red pill? It's a reference way past 1982, but I mean, I got to. The blue pill and red pill. I wonder if it was based on this game. Did they use that from this? The blue pill and the red pill? Let's get pill. I don't think it'll matter if I say what kind. Blue pill taken. Swallow? Does it understand that? Pill? No, it doesn't understand swallow. Okay. Also, notice that whenever we don't get it right, it still keeps the text there. That is very intuitive. One of the first games we've seen do that, where when we make something wrong, the game just says, no, you can't do that or you mess up. All right, let's do eat pill. Seems risky, but okay. Gulp. No effect. Okay, probably we'll feel it later, I guess. All right, so can we keep going west? We're now in the maintenance room, a large room with exits east and west. There's a long handle window hook here. Turn handle. Now, see what it does? It's not recognizing the verb, but it keeps the words here. Quality of life changes, very small ones that we've seen on the channel. Love that when we go from genre to this genre, interactive fiction, and making it a little bit better. All right, so let's close that up and then do get hook. The window hook taken. Nice. Okay, so let's keep going west. You're in the office. There's a single exit east, a short, stocky, unshaven man wearing a bloody white surgical gown and holding large hypodermic is staring at you. The doctor says, I grow tired of dealing with you inferiors. Oh, that's it? Can we keep going west? Okay, you walk aimlessly into a wall. The doctor says, what are you doing here? Go where you belong. I also like how these Jim Pearson interactive fiction games make you feel like it's a world where people are living. Like right now, is the nurse stalking us, trying to find us down the hallway? And is it real time? Because a few of the Jim Pearson games, when you just wait long enough, and then things happen. And so I'm wondering if the nurse is programmed to move around, even though you're not moving yourself. Oh, through one of the keyholes. That's sweet. Okay, so I guess we'll keep going east now. Go to the maintenance room. We can go east and west. We'll keep going east. There's the dispensary. So on one wall, we have a cabinet. Cabinet has a tiny hole in it. Look hole. Strained to see through the tiny hole, you can make out a red key. This must be it. You called it out, L. Curtis B, before we got there. Is your memory really that good? Because I think if I played games that I first played whenever I was younger, I would forget all this. There's plenty of adventure games that if I sat down now and played them, I wouldn't remember anything. All right, so we can use hook on hole. No, not use. Oh, that's right. He was following me to the next room. That's true. Yeah, I'm replaying some of the games that I have heard of and played a little bit of, but it's been more fun going in order for me to see the slow evolution of everything change. Okay, so hook, reach in hole. No, it doesn't understand reach in hole. So cool that you can remove only certain letters too. So it's almost like they're incorporating a really good word processor and interactive fiction at the same time. Okay, so we go to the usual trope adventure games. We know what to do. We want to get something that's the key inside the tiny hole, and we just need to type it in correctly so the computer understands that. All right, so if we, what about we do use hook in cabinet? Or no, use didn't work. Hook. But now I'm thinking two-word. Yeah, I'm thinking two-word text parser, so that won't happen. I got to broaden my mind and realize the computer understands more than that. Yeah, get key with hook. Let's try it. Oh, yes. Score again, L. Curtis B. Thanks, man. You get the key with the hook. Red key is taken. So now we got a red key and a green key, which I think this is the first game where we have color-coded keys. And we're going to see those quite a bit. I'm thinking of, Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, but that's showing the kind of games that I'm used to playing. Yeah, now you can go unlock the red door. So let's go back to the east. East-west hall. There's a red door, which is closed. Unlock red door. Unlock red door with, oh, look at that. See, it finishes the sentence, says we need to know what you want to do it with, and then we just type it in. Yes, there we go. Open red door. Cool. All right, let's go south, right? Yeah, south wall. Okay, we're in another small padded room. On the north wall, there's a red door. Funny-looking man is hanged, tied by a rope to his feet to the ceiling. He's wearing a straitjacket. He turns his head toward you. Hello, I am the great Houdini. No bonds can hold me, no locks can resist me. Wait, let me show you. I can get us both out of this place. He begins wriggling. Okay, can we keep looking and see if he gets out? He's writhing now. I'll be down here in a minute. Okay, keep looking. Okay, be down here in a minute. I bet if we leave, he'll follow us like Picasso did. Punch Houdini. Oh, it doesn't understand punch. Darn. The manual didn't give us a list of basic commands that it could use, but honestly, this is a really good text parser. And I want to play more, so that is our taste of Bedlam. Once again, another very well written and played. It's not just how it's written. I mean, look at the text parser. Quality of life changes there. I'm going to go 4 stars for all the games we've seen up to this point. Different multiple endings. It is easier to type in and play the interactive fiction game, and we have a goal. We're not just going for points. So I'm going to go 4 points of all the other adventure games on the computer that you could play. Bedlam is very good. And with that, let's see where we're going now. Yeah, very innovative. We're still on the TRS-80. This is Blitzkrieg. Let's take a look at Blitzkrieg, starting with the box. This is by ALA Video, or ALA Video. Used on the TRS-80. You need a disk drive and TRS-80 DOS. Blitzkrieg. Interesting. Got some alien ships on the front and on the back. Do you think you can avoid falling bombs? If you think you can you avoid 15 all falling at once? If you think you can do this, then Blitzkrieg is the game for you. It's just avoiding bombs, I guess. You're running away from the bombs as time progresses. The bombs fall faster and faster. Just terrible when you think of where Blitzkrieg came from. Let's just make a video game out of terrible things that happened during World War II. Doesn't look like it's related to the 1979 Apple. Oh, yeah. No, it is not. This one's a different one. So, playing instructions. It's a one-player game. Move to the left and right arrows, and that's it. I don't think we need an instruction for that one. And a 5 1/4 floppy disk. Don't even think that one's real, or a real scan. All right, let's go. Hey, we don't need those modern sounds here. But don't worry, it's going to happen anyway. I knew it was going to crop up. We just got to switch this. There we go. Blitzkrieg. Hook up an amplifier to the gray cassette plug. Okay, let me do that. Hold on. One sec. We need some sound here. Okay, we're in. Joystick does not work with the adapter. We got the sound in there, and we're playing some Blitzkrieg. Very, very simple. Reminds me of early arcade games that feel like have a carnival theme you play in the arcade. It's almost like we're playing the reverse of a Breakout or Kaboom game. We're not going to need to catch anything. It's just dodging it. The controls, though, it's only using the arrow keys on the TRS-80. But see, here's the thing. Whenever I move, it's like it's... it's like it's doing part... Oh, man. Yeah, it's getting crazy now. It's almost... I can tap the key to move, and it slowly moves me... Yeah, so it's almost like feels like it's pressure. Like if I put more pressure on the key, it moves me further back and forth. Very bizarre. You lose! Good day, sir. You've been blown up by the enemy, and you were no match for their superior weapons. The Blitzkrieg is over. Do you want to play again? Nah, I guess that's it. That's Blitzkrieg. Very, very simple considering the other games we've seen up to this point. It is not broken, but I would say it's a very simple time to play. It's difficult to tell because even Kaboom was fun on Atari, and that's just moving the paddle controls left and right. This one with the arrow keys was a little bit more finicky. I'll still say 2 stars. It is the best of the bad we could play. Yeah, there we go. Nice switch there, Chiptune. All right, so after Blitzkrieg, let's see what's next. The other home computer. This is the Commodore VIC-20, and we're gonna play some Bomber. This one is one no artwork or box. Did it even exist? Is what I ask. Let's pop it and play Bomber at the beginning of April 1982 by Melbourne House. Yes, right? The one I saw, at least that version, was for 1982 in April. All right, so here we go. This is Bomber. Oh, we're in. We didn't have to do anything. Okay, so spacebar. It is another Blitz variant. We played a few on the Commodore VIC-20. I think 5 other ones. Why is no keys bombing? How do you bomb? Oh, of course, S. S is how you bomb. Oh my goodness, it's so slow. This had to have been basic. Wow, and it's so... I can't even do another bomb until those are done. My my goodness, no. I believe this was part of a pack called the Innovative Cassette, so a compilation. This would be a compilation game. This is not a standalone game. That's why it is so terrible. That is so bad. Of all the games we've seen to this point, yikes, I'm going to go, it's way too slow. And it's a Blitz variant, so half star. If I could go 0 and knew it was going to rate him 0, I might have done that one. Oh, man. Too bad. All right, let's press forward to see our next one. Now that we're in April, here's the issue of BYTE Magazine. April 1982. Let's see what's happening in the world of information technology in April. So this is the Small Systems Journal, a very, very large journal. We're not going to be going through the entire volume, but let's see at the front of the box. It is Human Factors Engineering IXO Telecomputing System. Look at that, a small, tiny telecomputing system. We're going to breeze by the ads here and go to the table of contents and just hit on a few of the things that are in the queue. What's going on in April of 1982? The generic word processor, huh, has all your needs. You'll be amazed by the product's versatility. Yeah, this one is where you would go to get the coolest, latest information. That's why I wanted to show it, to get the technology that's coming out. So infrared communication for remote control is the other one. They talk in this one. And then how to use color displays effectively, looking at the elements of color vision, their implications, by John Durrett. Color's becoming an affordable option for personal computers. Yes, it is. We still are playing a few computers that are still outputting in black and white, TRS-80, and that's one off the top of my head. But like any new tool, it has special limitations and requirements. Human factor case study based on the IBM personal computer. Oh yeah, the ZX81 or the Sinclair 1000. Those are also black and white. Human factor style guide to program design, and then they're still doing the Atari tutorial on Atari tutorial part 8, generating sound with software. And then 3 inexpensive hardware and software projects for a tone generator, telephone dialer. And then we also have parallel and HPIB interfaces. Then we have the designing the star user interface, designing a text editor, how you would go about designing a text editor. And then we have a disk operating system using Forth, which, by the way, is we're going to see that with the Jupiter Ace, which will be coming out this year, another computer that was mainly in Europe. Yes, Osborne 1, that's right. TRS-80 Model 3 features your Model 1, binary coded text and text compression methods, career opportunities in computing. Yeah, what kind of jobs can you do in 1982? Not everybody can be programming games right now. I am not sure about that one. This one goes a little bit over my head of this time period. If we get to the late 80s, early 90s, then I'm kind of on par with what kind of hardware and technology is out there. Most of this is foreign to me. We have the next one, converting Apple DOS and Pascal text files. And notice that through all the articles, we usually see one thing or something with a video game or entertainment, but no, this one is nothing. All about the technology and applications rather than the game. So that's the brief stint we have about that. Oh, nice. Yeah, we haven't seen anything too much with Apple that BYTE talks about. All right, so that was BYTE Magazine, the April issue. Let's see what's going on in April after we see our next game.
From Radio Shack,
we're now back on the TRS-80, and this is Chompers. Chompers it's Pac-Man, or another Pac-Man variant. It comes in 2 different mazes, the small maze and the large maze, with that amazing TRS-80 graphics. Makes you think that it's one giant pixel that they use. Yeah, very much so technology-oriented. Yeah, software, hardware. Yeah, compute, more game-oriented. Now, the magazines I chose for the channel, I'm really just going for something that I can talk about without boring too many people. I wanted to get a snapshot of what it's like to have read those kind of publications at this time. So when we go through some of the magazines, we'll see type-in code and games you can play from the magazines, because that's what you did. And as we go forward through time in Chronologically Gaming, we're going to see that change of how the magazines give you a lot more ads and a lot more information about the gaming world. All right, so the reason I'm showing the screenshots for Chompers is this one was on basic, and the several times and several different versions I got on Chompers, I couldn't get it to load in basic. So sadly, this is one we're not going to be able to see a Pac-Man variant. I'm going to have to go 1 star for Chompers. If anyone wants to help me out, we'll check it out again. Sure, I love the Pac-Man style games. So that was Chompers for the TRS-80. Let's keep going. See our next game. We're back on the Atari home computer. If you haven't guessed by now, 1982, because going through every single game, I went through all the computers that were out and saw what was out. Can we play it all? Can we showcase it all? So the majority of the games coming out now, or at least the most software, is going to be from the computers. We're playing so many games, so you notice we're going from one home computer to another home computer and just bouncing around because all these releases are coming out, and now that people can program themselves, we're going to see so many home computers out there. It was level 2, I believe, for the last one. All right, so this is Clonus for the Atari home computer. Let's check out Clonus. This one we have, I think, just screenshots for. Yeah, so another one that I couldn't find artwork or manuals for, even on the several Atari websites. The databases didn't have anything for this one. This one is 2 sides of the disc, side A and side B. Here we go. Let's play some Clonus, and this is one of the reasons why. It's another one that's difficult to load. At some point at the beginning of April, 1982. Oh no, don't crash on me. We'll get it again. This one uses Basic Revision A, and a lot of people that try to play this game, it doesn't do what you want, or it's more difficult to load than OSB. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, there we go. From what I've been told, Basic Revision A is a little bit harder to, or has more bugs than Basic Revision B. Clonus, 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 Clonus. Is this a new game or an old game? We're playing a new game of Clonus. This is another one by Crystalware, which has pumped out some really fascinating games, ahead of its time games, ambitious games. So I'm curious to see what Clonus is all about. From the screenshots, looks like they're doing the top-down view again, possibly adventure or role-playing. Another really hard-to-find one. If you're just now joining us, we are playing every single video game, and that means even obscure games for the Atari home computer. We're in. Now, Clonus is controlled with the Atari joystick, so here we go. Yes. It looks like another John Bell game. This was programmed John Bell and with Russell Benioff, I believe. And so this one is the similar format. Top-down view. Move your character around the screen. What happens if I hit the red button? Oh, okay. Usually it says something, but nothing happened. The gates are locked. Haha. Well, okay, they're already making fun of us. Okay, well, that means we'll have to explore around. Yeah, now you thought it was a fixed screen. That's one of the cool things about these Crystalware releases. You go around. Oh, can't go through that wall. Okay. And these are walls, so anything? No, can't go that way. So they start us off with a maze to go around with a time platform in the middle. And even advertisements for this, the advertisement was mostly for Crystalware in general, but not Clonus itself. There's 2 versions. There's Clonus and Clonus 2 that are this year. And Clonus 2 is pretty much an upgrade. You know, they fixed some of the bugs to get it to run. I see that a lot on the Crystalware games. I find a game, and then later it says in a few months it was updated to something else because they fixed some of the bugs. It shows just how ambitious they were trying to make it. I mean, look at this. We're playing a top-down game, walking around, exploring. Anything here? Oh, okay. Let's keep going. I don't know if we're even in the right spot. All right, we'll keep going this way. But this is what makes the game so good. It's so ambitious, adventurous, wanting to go explore. We're now at the Temple of the Dolphins. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe this is the entrance over here? No. Wham, right into the walls. Oh, this must be the room I'm in. Okay, let's see. Can we go over here? No, wall there. Without the manual and without instruction, we're kind of winging it. We bought it in a computer store in 1982. We go home, we play it, and honestly, for this kind of game, being able to move around so much, I would spend quite a bit of time playing this. All right, let's go up north here. Nothing there. We'll go back to the right. Don't know what I'm going to do with the Temple of the Dolphins, though. Oh, yeah, that's true. We have summaries of people that have played the games, yeah. I'm looking for physical, not reviews or modern reviews, but something that's that we can read of what it was like then, instead of just going by a review that someone else had. So, for example, right now, you can say, there it is. That's the one from Moby Games. Clonus is a graphic adventure game. Players arrive in the far-flung future from the present day via a time gate. Unfortunately, as they emerge into the city of Clonus, a gate behind them closes and they're stuck in the future. A top-down scrolling adventure game, the goal is to seek out the key of time, which allows the player to gain access to the time chamber and return to the present day. The key is an area where the player can battle a gladiator, a casino to make money, a clone store to sell body parts, various warp chambers throughout the city which take the player to special locations. One of them will take the player to the Crystalware offices, who created the game. Here the player can find the key of time. I usually don't read those because I'm trying to get what the experience was or what happened on paper that they said about the game. But yeah, sadly, we don't get those every time. But yeah, good shout out. That's true. I should be using that because they're all here. I'm trying to be authentic without the loading times. We don't want authentic loads here on Chronologically Gaming. All right, so now we're at the Dream Police Encoding Center. Yeah, that's a good point. Duly noted. Especially when we have no idea what we're doing. But now I know I need to find the key of time. You smash into the walls, and it makes the great sound effect. But I mean, look at this. It's like the other Crystalware titles. It's a top-down game where you're really exploring. It's such ahead of its time. I don't even know if these chambers have anything. Let's check them out. If we go inside, as I smack into the walls. Yes, that's true. And maybe I'm doing the authentic experience the same way we did the adventure games, the interactive fiction, where I just plopped down and started playing the interactive fiction game. But you saw it didn't go very well. But that's how it was back whenever you played the text adventure games. You just started typing things to see if you could figure it out. Maybe that was why the games lasted so long. How long you been playing that game, honey? A few months now. Are you near the end? I don't know. I don't know where I am. That's kind of how it was. I think this one leads to a dead end. Oh, no, it does come out. Okay, great. All right, so the big thing to showcase, though, is how the Crystalware games have a larger scaled video game than most of the other computer games out there. And you saw in the brief description that we got from Moby Games, it's trying to incorporate a lot of things at once. All right, so there's a quick taste of Clonus, another game that I want to play more of. Clonus is better because it's something that you want to explore more. You realize there's more to it than just like Blitzkrieg, something quick and easy. This is not that. Clonus is much more than that. I'm going to say for all the games we've seen at this point, I'm going to say 3.5 stars. It's really something that you would want to experience yourself, play a lot longer on. Now, for other ones we've seen by Crystalware, like the Fantasyland 2041, that one I saw the reviews and played a little bit and saw video footage of people playing it and understood just how big it was, how ambitious it was. Clonus, though, not as familiar with this one. So I'll do 3.5 stars for them. In the meantime, it's still an above average game for 1982, definitely. Yes, that's right, using the peek command. Yeah, good point. All right, now let's see where we're going in the world of all the video games. We're back on the Commodore VIC-20. This is Cosmic Battle. Let's take a look at Cosmic Battle. Another one we don't have any artwork for, just a few screenshots. Let's pop it and play some Cosmic Battle. The beginning of April, 1982, by Rabbit Software. Now, I'm really hoping this one uses joystick control. Oh, are we in already? Oh my gosh, yeah, no joystick control. I didn't push start or anything. Okay, spacebar looks like fire. Can I fire again? I can, and it uses my energy up. Okay, so I'm firing. Now, how the heck do I move? Cursor keys are not moving. And bear in mind, this is the cursor keys for the VIC-20. Doesn't have any control there. What about number keys? Am I able to move? No. Oh, and they killed us. Great job, guys. All right, we hit spacebar. We go again. How do we move? I'll try the normal IJKLM. No, can't move there. Numbers. So it's a game from a first-person perspective, like a space battle game, but done terribly. In fact, this one is this one's done better than when we play the Star Trek variants. When you go into attack, we've even seen a better version on the Commodore PET than this. Maybe if I can figure out how to move. No, all the numbers don't work. The number pad doesn't work. IJKLM doesn't work. And this enemy that looks like a TIE fighter, the same ones we've seen before. Okay, come on. Z and X, no. M. Oh, there's a different enemy, but no. Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, after exhausting all our resources and patience, Cosmic Battle gets a big fat "you're broken" game. I wonder if that was part of another compilation, but Rabbit Software, I don't believe they made this one into a compilation. So we're gonna go 1. No, I'm gonna do half star. If someone wants to explain it, you can, but otherwise, no Cosmic Battle here. And with that, let's press forward and see our next game. We're back on the Atari home computer. This is Crypto. This one is from Softside Magazine. There it is, the April 1982 issue. On the front cover, they talk about word processing, which is interesting. No other information, just a few screenshots. Let's pop in and play some Crypto. In the beginning of April 1982, I guess as fast as you could type it in from Softside Magazine. This is by Jerry Amat. Way to go, Jerry. Now, this one is in BASIC, so it should just load right in for us. There we go. All this is for Crypto is you're just doing cryptograms. You're trying to process words, change them, and it's almost like we're playing an Alan Turing game. So enter the letter you want to change, and let's go with Y, and try it with B. And then it switches out, says no. Okay, so all you're doing is switching out the letters until you can make sense of what it is up there. So it's a puzzle game, but yikes, it's a rough one. So I'll say for Crypto, it's a typing game, so you got to give it some kind of leeway. But this is what I expect for puzzle games in 1982. Very, very intelligent and very difficult. So I'm gonna say broken again. 1 star for Crypto. If you're smarter than me and enjoyed Crypto, then more power to you. You can rate it higher. And with that, let's see our next game. We're still on the Atari home computer. This is The Curse of Crowley Manor. Last year, we said this was one of the best adventure games or graphic adventure games you could play for the Apple II. Let's see what The Curse of Crowley Manor is like on the Atari home computer. Let's start with the box. Yes, another one by Jim Pearson. Curse of Crowley Manor. This one is published by Adventure International. You need 16K for this one. And by the way, if you look at the top, it's in pounds, 10 pounds, because this one is in the UK when they released it. The very first one was in North America, and then after that we had the UK version, so that's why this box has that, and then we also have another one that came out in 1986, so the alternate box looks like this one. Kind of going for the Sherlock Holmes feel, because that's kind of what you were in the game. So we're not going to see this in 1986. This is it. All the Curse of Crowley Manor fans. We flip it over on the back of the box, and there we go. Since the inception, Scott Adams Adventures have been a mainstay in the libraries of computer owners. Now the company that brought you these great programs brings you the fantasy adventure game of other authors in the new series. This is called the Other Venture series. And this one looks like it says, same as all the other ones. 1 month to complete, a compu novel, 12 to adult. Nothing specific there. I don't know if 12 years old would be correct because this one is about murder, I believe. Yeah, you can see the scene is London, 1913, where this takes place. We're part of Scotland Yard. And if it's by Jim Pearson, we're really excited for that one. There's the back of the alternate box that comes out in 1986. It's all the same game. You even see at the very bottom, it says the game was originally released in the USA by Adventure International. And there's our advertisement flyer. Other Worlds, Other Realities, The Curse of Crowley Manor by Jim Pearson. Another one they did also was Escape from Tron, which we've seen that one too. And we even have a hint sheet that was in, I don't remember what magazine this one was. Other adventure number 2. Read the questions until you get where you're stuck. So this one is where, like, for example, can't get past the demon in the numeral lock room, and then it shows the numbers for it. Or having trouble with growth, and then use the numbers and you go down to the dictionary and it explains what you should try typing in. So kind of cool. A hint for your interactive fiction in 1982. And then we also have the instructions inside. More player hints. This is technically like a user manual, the flap that was inside the box. This was a flap that was inside the box of the 1986 version. So they even do the same thing down at the bottom. Having trouble with growth, and they use the numbers. But they even say ways to type in to the text parser to help you out. This one, I believe, is still doing a 2-word text parser, right? Yes, go, climb, jump. They're showing all the verbs you can use too. Instead of saying go flying, try fly. Things like that. There's the example of the 86 cassette tape. So I'm kind of mixing two together because I'm just getting as much as I can, wherever I can find it, for any of the video games. All right, it's time to go play some more text adventure. This is the beginning of April 1982, The Curse of Crowley Manor for your Atari home computer. Now, this was really good on the Apple, so I'm excited to see what they do for this one, if it lives up to the fame. Crowley Manor by Jim Pearson, 1982 Adventure International. Let's go. Oh, okay, so this one's similar to the other few games we played by Jim Pearson, at least by presentation itself. You're in a large office, a window and quaint furniture are scattered about. We have a revolver, 50 shillings, and an ID card. Now, this one, I believe, you can't do anything. It kind of plays itself out. So if you do look, you can see now there's a calendar and nameplate on a large desk, and the door is east. Now, if we try the door, it won't work. Yeah, we can't go that way because they're making something happen in the game. So we could say, look, nameplate. It says Inspector Black. Yep, that's us. So look again. Large desk. Oh, calendar. We can look. Calendar. Yep, April 12th, 1913. To get you in the zone where we are in this text adventure game. Yep, you don't understand. I know you don't understand. A telephone on the desk rings. Oh, no sound? Come on, Atari. On the Apple II, we had heard the phone ringing. Okay. Answer phone. The voice says, this is the office. This is Officer Strahd. Come to Crowley Estate right away. There's been a murder. I knew it was a murder for the curse of Crowley Manor. All right, so that means we need to get ourselves over to the Crowley Manor where the murder is. Okay, after we answer it, now we should be able to open the door. Can we just go east? Okay, open first. Nice. We're on a deserted landing that leads south to a street. And we'll go ahead and go south. Can we just do S? Yes, nice. So we're in front of the brick street in front of Scotland Yard. They changed the colors around on a few other Jim Pearson games too. It's kind of cool seeing, again, the slow evolution of adventure games. Like, oh, let's change the colors to make it a little more interesting than just black or green from other adventure games. Okay, so now we look out the window. Oh, that's right. You could have looked out the window. Thanks, L. Curtis B. It tells you where you are. Inspector Black, Scotland Yard in London on the night of April 2nd, 1913, which is funny. We're now in April of 1982. I wonder if they planned that when the release came out. Yeah, this game is really similar as the other Jim Pearson adventure games that we played. All right, so now go south and look at street. I've got to spell street right. Wait, they figured it out anyway. Appears ordinary. Handsome cab is parked here. The driver smiles. Yeah, the only one we played before was the Apple II version. This is the one on the Atari home computer. No graphics. Where's the graphics? And each version, no matter if you're in England or in the United States, they don't have a graphic adventure game on the Atari. It was only for the Apple. That's interesting. Yeah, and it's very similar to his other games too. Okay, so go to the cab. Do you understand? You don't understand. Go cab. Wait, look again. Handsome cab is parked here and the driver smiles. Okay, climb in. We are in the cab. And talk. Driver says, where to, Gavna? I guess if we're in England, he might be Cockney and probably sound a lot better than my Cockney. Yeah. This one was cassette And so maybe that's why it was different. But even both versions, I'm not aware of a graphic version for this one. Yeah, well, it actually depends on what you consider. Do you consider the graphics heightening the game experience for an interactive fiction game? If you have pictures, even though they're the high res pictures, or as my wife says, they're drawn by a bunch of school children. Back then, does that improve the experience, or is it just text that's written very well and a good text parser? Would that be the better interactive fiction game? You be the judge. Okay, so where are we going to? We say Crowley Manor. Yeah, we're in the cab traveling through London streets behind the driver. And then we can talk to him again, I think, right? Cab passes through Trafalgar Square. And we can also listen. You see Big Ben Tower to the south. It's kind of cool when we first played this. It showed the graphics changing, or the picture changing to different scenes that you're seeing by. All right, so talk and listen. We can even look at driver. A small vial sits next to him. Oh, get that vial. I'll take that. Yeah, we'll take a vial. What you got in the vial, cabby? All right, look, vial. It's holy water. Oh, man. Is there something sinister happening at Crowley Manor? All right, so look at the driver and then keep looking. Can we keep looking? You're parked in the hansom cab in front of a large manor. So we're here. And just like in the beginning of the game, the phone ringing didn't happen until we just looked around enough, or time passed. Chipton, I always hope you give me things to say on these interactive fiction games. It always makes it better. Rob Cabby. I bet that verb isn't understood right now. No. We didn't even get his name. We even tried to talk to him. Didn't work. All right, so now we get out. Get out. Cabby says, I've taken 10 shillings for the fare. He robbed us. And then after that, taking 10 of our 50 shillings. And now if we look in front of the manor, Police Inspector Harbour is on the porch. So now they'll take us inside the body of the kitchen. Okay, so let's do look again. Police Inspector Harbour. Okay, so there's a guy named Harbour is on the porch. Let's talk. He says, hello, Mr. Black. The body is in the kitchen. Inspector Strahd is inside investigating. Well, that's what we must do as well. All right, so let's go climb steps. Okay, you're in a plush entry hall. The furnishings are opulent. We have a revolver. I love interactive fiction games that give us a gun. Yes, that's right, Chiptune. Gotta shoot them. Or shoot something. The first time we ever shot anything in an adventure game, it made it so much more interesting. All right, so now let's look. Large cabinet is here. Open cabinet. Oh, of course, cabinet is locked. All right, so now let's look at cabinet. It has 2 large doors. So if the cabinet's locked, I guess we can't do anything about that. All right, so now let's go drop ID card. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to spell it right. Drop I.D. card. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah, you got to make sure you use the right periods after the letters. And then after that, go to the office, collect possessions, get back to Crowley Manor. You need the money with you. So now let's go west. You're in the parlor. It has Victorian furniture. And then south, you're in the elegant music room. Old portraits line the walls. And look. Old Victrola is here and a baby grand piano. So you notice that this interactive fiction game tells us what's in the room first, like a general room description. But if we say look, then it's like we're looking harder, closelier, and we can see more. So now there's an old Victrola there. But they didn't tell us that originally. So I wonder if we say look again, does more show up? No, just old Victrola. Okay. All right, so look Victrola. It has a crank on the side. Crank that Victrola. Oh, what? Crank? Did I spell it wrong? Victrola. No, it doesn't understand that. Look at crank. A gold key is lodged in the crank. Turn gold key. Victrola begins playing. And again, there is total silence. What is going on with the Atari? We played games on the Atari home computer where there's lots of music. And they had the opportunity to play music right now in an interactive fiction game. Why? Why did they not do it? Come on, Crowley Manor. And we heard stuff on the Apple version. So I don't know what happened with this port. They could have done so much. This had the better opportunity to play music. At least that's what I was expecting. Well, now I leave the computer in a huff. That's possibly what it was. So it's still very well written and uses a good text parser for the Cursor Crowley Manor, but I can't give it. Before we were given, I think, 4 stars for the Cursor Crowley Manor. I'll say, of all the games we played up to this point, I'm going to go 3 stars. You are just an average game of all the games we played up to this point. Yeah, I would say cheaped out too. It's still okay because it's still an interactive fiction game done well, but it could have been much better. All right, so that's where we put our video game playing on pause this evening. Lots of games to go through. It's still April 1982 as we press forward and play everything. If you went back in time and you were playing all these games, what would you rate them? Let me know in the comments below, and that's it for today. Like I always say, you better update your computers to 64K. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.